A new mindset. トネリ石田 You are so Japanese. My friend who had studied in the US told me this. I don't remember exactly what we were talking about, but I do remember thinking, how ironic, since my friend was Japanese too. I also can't forget how unpleasant those words made me feel. If you go to the US, don't exhibit restraint. Express your desires explicitly. Non-committal responses are regarded unfavorably. Our teacher in a cross-cultural understanding class at school taught us this. I understood the lesson, but again, the ideas made me a little uncomfortable. At that time, I didn't know why. I love learning English and I love American culture, but the more I studied English, the more I realized that there were other barriers in communication other than language. I wondered how I should really learn English from then on. It was around that time that I encountered a book in which the author asked, "Are you gonna be an American?" The book was written by Takao Suzuki and was published way back in 1999. It was controversially entitled, "Why Japanese People Can't Speak English." The author tried to resolve this issue by analyzing both Japanese history and Japanese character. According to the book, one big factor is how English education started out in Japan. After our 214 years of isolation ended, Japanese English education began to incorporate the Western system. That meant Japanese students learned English in exactly the same way that British and American people did. The author said this method of learning English silently instilled a vague but excessive admiration of white people, and the Westerners are better than Japanese. And because that English learning system has survived educational reforms, we continue to be unconsciously fed the idea that we are inferior to Westerners. Honestly, I didn't agree with the idea of excessive admiration. Thanks to TV, movies, and the internet, we are now familiar with the appearance and languages of people around the world. For teenagers, enjoying interesting videos from all over the planet on YouTube and Netflix is just a daily routine. Even so, do we really have that special admiration for white people? As I continue with the book, I slowly realized that the shackles that tie down Japanese people in learning English actually started out as harmless admiration, but ended up as firm belief. To test this idea, the book asked me, didn't you feel a little disappointed when your English teacher wasn't white? My truthful answer was yes. However, my present English teacher at school is Filipino and he's such a great teacher. The book also asked me, haven't you got confused when you were told to look at the other person's eyes when you speak in English? Definitely yes. For an ordinary Japanese like me, it's very embarrassing to make eye contact all the time. Even when I chat with my friends, we don't look into each other's eyes that much. These days, we see more and more native English speakers who are not white. However, our way of learning English continues to be basically imitating white people. To me, this is confusing because the Americans and the British are not the only English speakers in the world. If we, Japanese, stop imitating, perhaps it may be easier for us to use English as a communication tool rather than as a second identity. So, to the question, are you gonna be an American? I sincerely answered no. I have one big goal right now, and that is to use English while cherishing Japanese culture. I want to communicate and interact with foreigners and keep my Japanese values intact. We need to be liberated from our old English education system. Instead of becoming American, we need to build up our own original English in the Japanese spirit. It will take time and a national effort, but it is only then that we can speak the same language as equals. With this new mindset, we can break the chains that bind us. Thank you.